They are the parents. Parenting does not mean just guiding the children on the general values, but they must instill in them our the bhakti or the dedication to our land, to our Madhur Bhumi, our precious Bharat.
The kind of help parents can give requires mindfulness in the sense of being attentive to the child, understanding the child, and being responsive to the child's needs, because ultimately the child's happiness should be all that matters to us as parents.
Spacecraft came out of the womb of the rocket, and I felt always like that. The mother takes it to the space, it delivers it there for a greater journey beyond that point. I think that symbolizes the roles of a parent and the journey of a child.
If we need to make quantum leaps in social progress, we need to invest in the youngest of children.
To be a mindful parent, or to walk the path of mindful parenting, I think we as parents need to regulate our emotions. We need to be very strong. We need to be like a role model for the children, because they keep looking at us, they keep watching us, they keep picking up a word or thought of what we express.
Mindful parenting is the effort to bring awareness, attention, and curiosity to your interactions with your children.
There's a beautiful saying that it takes a village to raise a child. We think it takes a special village to raise a special needs child.
It's a beautiful initiative, mindful parenting. I think it's such a need of an hour because there's so much of confusion. There's so much of content. There are certain cultures that try to impress upon us, put parents into a box, put children into a box, that you should co-sleep for this amount of years, you should do this, you should do that, failing to understand the individuality of a child, the uniqueness of a child, that every child is different, every child may need, different emotions from a parent at a particular time. And
in mindful parenting or conscious parenting, it's very important that the minute we start treating children as equal to parents and we stop believing that we need to fix somebody, it makes a world of a difference, because then you're giving them equal respect and equal love.
So, the power to empower is coming from here. So whether it's parents, whether it's educators, actually the entire society, because we are who are creating that energy, the air. It's like we live in Delhi, so the air pollution. Somebody else may be creating it, but everybody is getting affected by it. Similarly, who's creating the vibration of the city, and the children living in that city are getting affected.
जयधारी में आप सबको नमस्ते। हमारी ऑडियंस का स्वागत है। महेश जी वेरी वेरी वेलकम। नमस्कार। नमस्कार महेश जी। राहुल जी नमस्ते। नमस्ते मम्मी, warmest regards, and Gurupriya very welcome बच्चे। माँ bless you, माँ bless you।
नमस्ते।
आज जब आप माइंडफुल पेरेंटिंग सब देखेंगे, आप जानेंगे महेश जी का जो परिवार है, they are made for each other, completely made for each other. Mass grace. And the children truly can lean on their parents for everything. महेश जी ने और उनकी वाइफ ने वो एनवायरनमेंट क्रिएट करा है। मेरे पास शब्द नहीं है, आई कैन गो ऑन एंड ऑन, पर प्रोग्राम को आगे बढ़ाते हैं। मम्मी आप कुछ बोलिए, फिर शुरू करते हैं।
We look forward to hearing Maheshji. How did you parent? How did you father? How did your wife, mother, Guru? I think, and what does parenting mean? And you are very, very valuable musicians of this country. The music in the family, how did you cultivate culture? How do you promote it? And how do you get your children inspired into what daddy does? What daddy does. Is that right, Rahul? May I ask these questions, Rahul? Because that's lifeology about music and lifeology. How would you mix, how do you relate this? How did music become lifeology for your children?
So firstly, Namaste Ji. I mean, such a beautiful honor to be sharing our thought process in this beautiful hour. And firstly, I would like to start with Vandana as a musician perspective, so that whatever I deliver now, it's not with my left side brain. So it's completely with my right side brain, where, devotion and bhakti comes. So I start with a prayer. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. ఎందరో మహానుభావులు అందరికి వందనము. Salutations to the gurus of the globes. So the எழுத்து அறிவித்தவன் இறைவன் ஆவான். Those who depart knowledge will be a mentor. Mentor can also be everywhere and anything and from everything. So to start with, I would say that I'm very happy that we belong to a musical legacy. It started from a great-grandfather and then my grandfather, Brahmashri T.R. Arihara Sharma. And then it passed down to my father, Padma Bhushan, Vikku Vinayakaram, and then our legacy, Mahesh Vinayakaram. And then it just passing on to the next generation, to Guru Priya and Guru Prasad. So the legacy really plays a role in such a way that it's not only giving the contents of music, but it has special value to the lifestyle. So behind the concert presentation, there is so much going on the back screen. Like behind the screen is so interesting. To make a movie, to see a Bahubali, a big one, there is a 3 years of production. So to see any massive thing, there is a production, there is a behind screen happening. So that is called discipline. You tag it as hashtag as discipline, haiku, in anywhere. That is very much needed. So I would start from saying that it's not actually we give children or we are teaching or we are giving something. Actually, we are learning from them. The parenting, in my perspective, is something in this era is that we share and we learn together. So like what I have been giving is not I'm going to teach something. Their IQ and their EQ and their generations are completely changing. Every day is an update. Every day is an upgrade. So definitely the children of now are completely on a different IQ and IQ, and EQ levels are completely different, and the generations are really moving. So it's evolving. So one thing what remains constant, I mean, it's that the fact, and it is proven that the truth, the absolute truth is the only one. So the values. So that is what we're going to pass on. So it's not that I boss them, or it's not that I can give something. It's just that I myself create myself the same sat what I have, and I am crafting myself each minute, saying that how am I going to do and what I am. And by being myself and crafting myself, I become a hero to my son, like how my father had become a hero to me. So let me go back to the first. Do I have some time to explain
Yes,
this?
All the time.
please, all yours, all yours. Ji, ji.
Yeah. So it's very interesting story that it started from my grandfather. He was a Dirgadarshi. Dirgadarshi is the artistic people who perceive things beyond their left side brain. I always keep saying, and Gurupriya is so into that, saying this, but it is also a validation for myself. Whatever you perceive with the left brain is a survival brain, digital brain. We call it as digital brain. Whatever observations we see, it gets stored up. So math, science, subjects, observations, all over here. Right is where artistry, surrender, bhakti, devotion, instinct, all comes over here, which connects to heart chakra. So right balance of uniting these two comes together as namaste, the first mudra that we use for mental mathematics, abacus. So Shruti Mata Layapita, our unison of Shiva and Shakti makes a right child. So that's how where we belong to the tradition. So I go back to the first one where it started from my grandfather, where he perceived everything in a very longer way. He was a long time yogi. So we are three brothers in our family, and he said, first son had my brother had a bigger finger. He said, you please take kanjira, and then you will master, but you'll have to really work for. If you want to take mridangam is a two-sided instrument, very a king of percussion in South India, like tablas in the North India. So he said, if you want to take mridangam, you have to pass 1 decade passing 2 masters, Karekudi Mani and Umyalpuram Shivaraman sir. So he said, if you take kanjira, you can take it, but you'll have to really work for, again, 15 years to master that. And now you see that Selva Ganesh ji is part of the Shakti, where recently he got the Grammy. So that's the second Grammy in our family. And then he said, thank you. And for the second brother, he said, somebody has to continue the instrument of father. So you please take Ghatam as your profile. And then he said me that since 2 of the brothers have taken rhythm, the piano is a percussive instrument, but its outcome is musical and melodic. The same way, we don't have Shruti in our family. So since you are also already humming, you please take singing as your main portfolio, keep the rhythm inside, and then start doing it so that you can start traveling with your father, which really happened. So we had a band, and we have a band called Saptakshara, like father, 3 sons, and along with the generation. And also we performed the same with Guru Priya and Guru Prasad in Jodhpur. Maharaja hosted us, and it was called Jodhpur International Festival Riff. We performed, and again, we're also going to perform the same in Lincoln Center in this July, and we have been invited. So this all happening because of a one mind of this visionary artist, yogi, my grandfather, who said that you please take this. And also he said that you will be traveling with your father if you take music as your career. And during after the 19 years, like in my family, education background was not there as academic. So both of the brothers did not study, and they pursued 10th standard and 12th. But somehow I really had a inclination to study also, and my mother made sure that she said, the proudest moment you can make me is that you have to go to the college. The first day will be the college where I'll be so proud. So if you want me to make me proud, just go to college. And I passed, and then I went to the college, and she said, I'll get you a suit. I said, Mom, don't exaggerate. Fine. So she was in height of pride. So for that, I studied, and I did my undergraduation in commerce and be a corporate secretaryship. And I also did my sociology, and where I wanted to perceive this equally in the presentation. So I'm still doing my research on my paper called Ragas in relation with nervous system, biology of a raga. Raga is not just a collection of notes, it's an entity, Swara Devata. So this journey had happened, and then it went to a peak where, like, I'm the first Indian in Asia, in the entire world, to participate and perform in the theater called Cirque du Soleil, which is a Canadian, it's a French production. And we did 3:45 schedule daily shows, and we'll have to perform daily. And we did daily shows along with Friday, Saturday, Sunday doubles. And it's a touring show. So we started from Montreal, and then Toronto, and then San Jose, and San Fran. So we did 120 shows in San Fran, and it was a 2-year contract. So these are all happened with a one vision, with the yogi saying that perceiving things. So he always says that you don't say that he can't do, she can't do, she can't learn. If somebody comes to him saying that I want to learn Mridangam, he would rather say that, oh, what, you have beautiful hands for Ghatam. Why don't you take Ghatam? He will never say that you can't learn Mridangam. So somebody came to him and say that, okay, now from now I will just give up ice creams and sing, and I want to sing. And he said, no, ice cream is the best thing. You should not do. That's the best moment where mind, body, soul aligns. So you should never take out the feeling of being a singer. You can be an instrumentalist. Rather, you can enjoy the ice cream. So he was such a personality that he really influenced me. So after my college, I was little, I did not know. So where to go and the purpose of my life and what should I really pursue. So in that time, I was just sitting there. I didn't even know what to do. And then I got a strong influence saying that vision, passion is music. Your vision and a passion is music. So dharma and karma. So what is your dharma? Oh, that is like what you have to do. So if you understand your core strength, who you are, where genetically you are, and then what is the strength that the family can give you. If I were born in a family of cooking or a chef, definitely that would have been my core strength. And if I would have been born in such an influence and an environment completely with the academics of a doctor or a community of engineering, definitely I will be there. So people have to identify the core strength of what you are built and what your purpose is all about. Instead of spending the quality time going there to the subject which is not related to you, and then spending all of that, here mind, body, soul will naturally align when you have the passion. So you will have a good contact and unison between the left and right. So you can be creative, you can also learn the content. So that's how I believe, and I give my introduction from my father, and my father being the first Ghatam Vidwan who had his perseverance, saying that he wanted to introduce only the Ghatam to the international platform. And we all come from a very, very, very southern Indian small family, where we had 18 people staying in a 840 square feet. And now the big houses are there. There are so many different houses, but we don't have people. So that influence really made me to give an understanding and a clarity and a strength to my lifestyle, which it really moved up. So my father is my first hero, I would say, because he was so perseverant on his decision that he wanted to make the Ghatam was supposed to be like a Pakavadyam, but he took it as a Pakavadyam to the international platform, collaborating with world-class musicians like Ustad Zakir Hussain ji and Mr. John McLaughlin from Europe, and then with El Shankar ji. They created Shakti Group, which is the first group of portraying India to the universal and the international platform. And then he started something called Jugal Bandi, where the unison of North and the Southern music coming together, serving on one platform. So all these happened with a Southern Indian music, Southern Indian small instrument player who can really go to a completely different international. Now he's like a musical ambassador of our Indian nation. So that is influenced me strongly in me. He's my hero, not only for my music, but also being he's a very natural and ordinary person. So he doesn't mind me. He has not mind me in my life. He would never say that you should do this. He has never mind. He said this is under your control. If this is good, this is good. If you should know your no, and that's what really made me the freedom and the liberty with the proper, happiness comes with condition. So in that way, I really owe to my mom what I am now. So that's it.
How
Wonderful.
lovely.
So
How
blessed,
lovely.
महेश
How
जी.
lovely.
जी, गुरुप्रिया बेटा, महेश जी आपने बहुत प्यारी बात बोली है बच्चे, और ये बहुत सुंदर बात है। गुरुप्रिया, गुरु प्रसाद आपके बच्चे हैं, स्कूल में आए हैं, तो आप अगर ये सब कुछ उनको पास ऑन नहीं करेंगे तो और कौन करेगा? दिस इज वंडरफुल टू सी हाउ यू आर so proud of your children and they are with you everywhere you go, and आप बहुत इसको अफर्मेटिव वे में अपने बच्चों को आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं। ये बहुत दिल को छूने वाली बात है। जी, गुरुप्रिया बेटा आओ, टेल अस अबाउट अपने थॉट्स शेयर करो, जो मन में आ रहा है, और एक दो लाइनें भी गुनगुनाना जरूर, गाना जरूर।
Yes. So I'm very grateful for this opportunity. I'm Gurupriya Umamahesh. So when I was 3 years old, my brother was born. So parenting, I've experienced parenting from the age of 3, because parenting is not basically a relationship where the father or the mother educates their children, but it's also where, when in most of the cases my father won't be in town, and my mother usually takes classes, and I would be helping my brother in doing homework. So I've experienced parenting from the age of 3, and it's a lifelong process and a complicated process, which helps them to come into the society and get along with the society. So I'm very grateful for this opportunity. Thank you.
Beta, before we have a lovely video of your mummy. We are going to show that. Just baby, just ask you something. Your environment is so full of simplicity.
Yes.
Huh? When you go out in the world, how are you handling the little tough world? Because you're back home, your environment is very simple. Out there, the world is a little different. How are you handling that tough world?
So it's just an incident in my childhood. So I actually didn't tell my friends that my father and my grandfather are from a musical family and he's a Grammy Award winner. So they found out when I was in 3rd standard, and they suddenly asked me, "You're a granddaughter of a Grammy Award winner and your father is such a great singer, and why didn't you tell us?" So I just said we are from a very simple family, and I actually don't like such the applauding capacity where people they keep me in a higher position and not the others. So I just said I like to be however we were before, and this is where I handle. Yes, thank you. I'm very nervous right now. And
Don't worry, Maheshji, bless you so much. You have such lovely children. You have such simple, beautiful, lovely children.
So Gurupriya, what Saina was trying to ask you is, how do you handle the complexity outside? Because you're a very simple, humble human being. What happens to you when you are seeing something very different? How do you reconcile? How do you absorb it? And how do you react to it?
To answer this question, so I'm from a very simple family, but people outside, some people make me feel down, and some people may put me in a position where I'm higher than them. So I usually tell them that, see, both of us are from a childhood, and we've experienced different environments. So let us be together, and let's not find out these conflicts, and let's not be in a different environment. Let's together be happy and have a nice time together.
जी, आई पर्सनली फील ऐसा हो रहा है महेश जी कि बच्चे घर में इतने सिक्योर है and their
Yes.
foundation is so strong with Ma's grace that the outside noise is not being able to affect them. And I will show you the source. See, they're not even in comparison. वो उन चीजों के बारे में सोच भी नहीं रहे. It's not affecting them. They are not a part of the rat race. They are not a part of the noise. They are not a part of the chaos at all. So it's not affecting them. Beautiful. एक वीडियो देखते हैं गुरुप्रिया की मम्मी के साथ.
Namaste, I'm Srividya Mahesh Vinayakra. I'm very happy to speak about parenting. Parenting is not only what we teach our children, it is also what we learn from them. So I'm very happy to have Vipriya and Prasad as my children, as they are very good in both academics and in arts. I'm also teaching music for the past 20 years. I'm very happy that I'm sharing my knowledge across the globe. Thank you for the opportunity given to me. Thank you.
Nice. Oh, nice.
इतनी simplicity है.
Truly
जी.
blessed. This is a blessed, very blessed family.
हाँ
Thank
जी.
you. Ji. Thank you. And if I can just add a one line for the question, I mean, the concrete answer is that I believe that as you know that we are in a different world where like when we step out of your comfort zone or whatever you say your zone, it is also nice that when the strong love and care and support, as you said, how strong support both on the mental strength and also your thing, if you just give them, I'm sure that they will never be. So when we give that particular time and importance and priority, so whatever prior is that we prioritize, make sure. And also when the parenting is happened, it's not only that we put them and we give them the best, it is also the time. So when I completely don't know about this latest syllabus or strong or academics. Gurupriya came to me and said that I want to pursue law, and she has finished her 12th, and she said that I have given an exam of CLAT. So I didn't even know the latest because I'm more into the music. So now she's got a seat in. She scored very good marks, and she's entering into the law. So I asked her, "You should have to go to the court and do." I said, "Papa, it's not only like that. It's copywriting. So you can sit in your music, and I will do a copywriting for you. And if you do an agreement, I will just sign it." So she really explained in such a way that there are different laws. So corporate laws are there. So their perspection and stuff is more vibrant. And so in this way, I would say that when you give your best to the children and when you are planting that essence into them, I think that is the core strength that they will have, and they will diverse in nature. So with that answer, I will say that when you're entering into a different zone, definitely this love and care and priority and bhakti and the discipline what you lay down, and when you become an example for them, and when you keep doing, that's called abhyasam. So in an art form, so when you learn an art form, yesterday you might be a king, but what is now today and what are you going to be tomorrow? And my father is an example. So he just does the sadhana. Sadhana is a continuous thing. So the learning of art is a quest. So the jnana pasi, the learning art form is like the zest of your life. So the learning should be there. So for example, you are a PhD student, you are assigned as a PhD, and then you have given a doctorate saying that you are eligible for more learning. So that doesn't mean that we have come out how many subjects are there. So there are so many. So if you have that quest of jnana pasi, the learning urge for that jnana, that is the ultimate thing. So the wisdom will really take you and lead you to a completely entire different thing. If I can share one more minute of my experience, what I had with the pandemic, what I had done in 18 years of session work, I could do in 18 months in my lifespan. So the pandemic has showed a different perspective and opened a different window for me. When the pandemic happened, it was a crash for even a small layer of the people to the higher level. So when the people did not have money and to survive to a situation where like they don't have anything, so everybody migrated. So the digital migration came in an evolution. It's evolution, but I took it in a graceful manner. So I was having an affair with myself in my own room. So I happened to see my different perspective on myself. So the different energy came out, and then different window opened. So I started my thing called Mahesh Vinayakaram Production. So I had to type in Google to say that I'm Mahesh Vinayakaram, son of Vinayakaram, to identify me. So it is the Google world where that you have to register on the digital way. So I took all my contents, started releasing, and I have released my contents in all different streamers on the across the globe in 18 countries. My contents are available in Spotify, iTunes, Pandora, Amazon. And that could happen when I'm sitting in my own zone and thinking nothing. So the different concept came. And I have covered almost 180 albums, which includes single and other titles, which are available there. So that could happen only when you surrender daily to yourself. So with this perseverance saying that I am there is nothing. So updation happens daily. And with the children of the generation, we can learn everything. To say one word about my son, on my younger one, we were just on the car and then I was searching something. And then my son asked me, what are you doing, Papa? I said, I've lost my phone. I don't know. I said, why don't you call from Amma's phone so that you will know where your phone is? So you will understand from a younger one how the generation goes. And then he developed something called app for me. He said, I will prepare an app for you where all your concert dates will come. And then I will prepare a live chat for people where you can add that link to your website. So he's learning more into the thing, and he's uniting that music to him, to that, so that he's more into the sound. When he hears a one sound, he will definitely say that it is auto-tuned. So by sensibility of that, with the art, you can really take the things to the next level. That's what I felt. Thank you.
So wonderful, so wonderful. Rahul ji, we'll request you to please share your thoughts now. और मुझे पता है all this is very close to your heart also. So आप पूछें, अपने thoughts share करें.
Absolutely. First of all, pranam to Kiran Bedi ma'am, Saina ji, and Mahesh ji, and I know Uma has been absolutely wonderful. Absolutely great to hear. And one interesting thing that I noted, Kiran Bedi ma'am might have also noted. Mahesh ji also spoke about the technicality of this. It was back in 1981. The Nobel Prize was awarded to Roger Wolcott Sperry. He was a neuropsychologist. He discovered the difference between hemispheres of the brain, what we generally call the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere. And he was very happy and awestruck to listen to a musician elaborating about such great concepts. That's the reason why in our language you always say speakers like me are of very less importance, and 100 speeches is just equal to one song, and one song creates much more impact than 100 speeches. So true to that word, Mahesh really spoke well, and I believe such kind of conversation, the discourse is very important. I get the fortunate aspect of participating in many national media discussions. But trust me, as a panelist, such profound discussions don't happen there. Because you always look for a counter, you always try to fight with one or the other, you try to run someone down, you say something is wrong or bad. But here, very meaningful conversation on how our families can be enriched, how our children can be enriched are going on. I think such valuable insights should be disseminated, radiated into our society. And who better than Saina ji can do it with the guidance of Kiran Bedi ma'am. And it's a privilege as a parent for me too. And I'm the parent of two kids. One is nearly 8 years old, one is 8 months old. These insights absolutely sure will enrich me deep inside, and will that punya, we call in our language punya. It is very tough to translate to English because there is no similar word to punya in English. That punya will pass on to this, and thanks to demonstrative learning for that.
Thank you, Rahul ji. Mahesh ji, मैं वापस से एक बात पूछूंगी, कितना जरूरी है अपने बच्चों को आगे पढ़ने के लिए बढ़ावा देना, प्रेरणा देना, to encourage them, to motivate them, to strengthen their arms and share that space with them.
Maybe it's not telling. Maybe Mahesh bhai, maybe it's not telling. Maybe it's not telling. Maybe you create an atmosphere in the house which is like food and nutrition, which is natural, creating an atmosphere in the house in which they naturally grow. They breathe that, they eat that, they think that, they see that, they feel that, they listen to that. I think tell us about the kind of atmosphere you, your father, and you have created for your children, Uma and your sons. Tell us about this atmosphere before you go. You know, you got about 10 minutes, so go ahead. Please tell us your home atmosphere, which breeds this, which cultivates this, which creates these kind of geniuses. Please tell us about.
Yeah, I would always say that it's not only the luxury that the children's or the next generation can get. It's about the jnana, and it's about the presentation and priority. So being in a very simple, accommodation, 840 square feet, our school is called Shri Jayaganesh Talavadya Vidyalaya, where it started from my grandfather, and my father is the principal of that. It's a small house with the 3 floors where all the top musicians from South India has hailed from. So as Kiranji said, Didi said the right thing, because you can create the same ambience and your discipline, that which can inspire and aspire the people. She said the exact one which I'm going to express in a larger way. I had been there because I am a witness. So I had seen the same scene. So all the boys used to, take a ground floor, and we have to get up. So it's a parikrama. So you get up. If it's a school, it's a community. So we have to take care of the community. So you get up at the maximum 5:30, because the first class, first ta, ti, tum. Now the first class starts at 6 o'clock. Those people who are going for the officers, they'll come every half an hour. There'll be different people coming. So you'll have to get up at the 5:30. You have to make the thing, and then do the diva, so that the milkman will come, and then the coffee will be ready. Whole scene. And also I should say that before my father goes for a music concert, as I said, the behind screen is very important. So from morning, he would just, my grandfather used to light a diva, which will hold the oil for almost 3.5 to 4 hours. So he will initiate one takata rikita tak. You have to play only this. So he will be playing takata rikita tak takata rikita takata rikita the whole 4.5 hours. He'll be playing the same stroke. So this rigorous training really helps the people forgetting about your mind. That's called sadhana. The idea of chilla. There is also a concept called chilla in North Indian technique. When you want to learn an art form, you go to a mentor on an auspicious day and keep a commitment on your kangan, saying that I will be with you. This is my agreement that I will be with you, and please give me the art. He can give you anything, or any one note, and you will have to do only that. Besides your consciousness of your sleeping mode and your eating mode, you have to do only this and be on the same mode, so that you transfer all your thought process into a integration, so that you get commitment in the music. And I have done the same influence in my style, because in southern India we don't have chilla technique. So to say that Zakir ji has done 3 chilla in different gharana. As such, we have 2 strong grammars from India, that which hails from northern India is called Hindustani, and where I hail from is the Dakshinayana part, southern music. It is called Carnatic. Karnam Karneti Atakam, that which sounds good to the ears. So from our technique, we don't have chilla. But the concepts of these things which hails from this kind of ambience to put together, that really plays a major role. Like I have seen this lesson on the morning, there'll be a classes, there'll be people coming, and then my father will be there, and then before going for the concert, he will practice that, and we will have a early sapad, lunch. It's a brunch in southern Indian Hindu Brahmin family. So 10 o'clock you will have a banana leaf with rice and parpu podi and oil and simple food, but which really enriches. They also have a scientific background that instead of having so fancy food, it's high fiber, but it's a completely dietary food. It depends on each body. It doesn't mean what you are. So it's a very deeper meaning in Sanatana Dharma, if you see in a different perspective. So we'll have that banana leaf sap, and then we have a siesta. So the proper sleep in the 40 minutes in the morning is very important. And then the South Indian coffee will be ready for the stimulant, and then the decoration. So sadhana will happen when the Devi will come only when there is beauty and cleanliness. So he make arrangements, and then the Nalli Silks has gifted a dozens of veshti with that Kanjipuram Nalli pallu. And then this man, and we don't have cars on those days, so this man the Ottoman will be there. We will baptize him as a Hindu Brahmin. So he said, you can't wear lungi, so we will gift him a white kurta and a white dhoti, and with this pata vivadi, he will just look like a Shivite. He said like, wow, Om Namah Shivaya. He'll be like that, and he'll having a food, and with that the auto will come, and then the decoration will go, and then he will be wearing it. He almost takes 40 minutes to wear that veshti, and then that laundry will come. And with this kind of ambience, we go to the concert at 5 o'clock. I accompany him. I have gone so many. And then you enter into the sadhana room, the back room. In those days, they will have gadda. So I mean, even there, but we go early and we tune the tampura. And then you tune your ambience, you tune your mind by listening to the tanpura. You will get into an energy where like, wow. And then the main artist will be there, and sub artists will all decorated with the white and white. You will really feel the energy. The vibration is completely changing. You will be off on your mind, and when you step on, your frequency is naturally elevated to see such kind of ardent sadhana, just collective energy coming together. And then they go in the concert. I accompany him, and then slowly they warm up. They start at 6:30, 7:30. Then the main composition will come, and then it goes to the crescendo of the climax of that. So all the drama will go, and then it will happen, and the whole scene goes, and then 9:30. So we don't even feel that I sat for 4 hours with no any kind of I have to go there. So your mind is hijacked in a very beautiful way. So this is kind of experience that I had. So that really played a big role in my lifestyle, I would say.
Wow. What we've heard today is historical and it's timeless. Isn't it, Rahul? What we've heard from Mesh Bhai is timeless, undisturbed, uninterrupted. He's given us such a visual account of timeless preparation for this kind of musical legacies and families. Timeless. It will remain on our demonstrator learning forever. It's gone on the net. It's for anybody to go and hear him again and again. I
And
think it's
also,
an
it
amazing
being my
contribution.
honor that I could do something specially for demonstrative learning, that musically I can devote. I will definitely be a part of that. And also a special mention for Reena ji, what a kind of hosting like this, as Rahul ji said, a mindful thinking of a clear thought process of sadhana people coming together to achieve something more would be a greater idea. By doing and thinking of doing something like this, people might think that, oh, the number of views are low. No, I don't worry about the quantity. I worry about only the quality. So if one can create that energy synergy between the partners, and when the partners are happy, and when they share that love and clear energy to the beings and loved ones, I'm sure the same chemistry, more than the chemistry, the alchemy are like, if I form a band, more than the chemistry, I believe on the alchemy, where I love the tabla. So when then I say, wow, wow, wow. So when somebody is giving a note, you should be having a feeling of saying that, wow, like you should appreciate from your inside and give that love to your loved ones. Like when somebody is playing with me, I enjoy. So it's not a conflict, as you say. It's a sharing of energy and sharing of knowledge. So we update and we upgrade and we appreciate, and that is how the art has already crossed. It will be going forever. And whether it's just that how we react, the same way for the pandemic, it's just that how we react and how we prepare, that's how we evolve. So
Thank you for your kind words, Mahesh ji, and thank you for your kind words, Rahul ji. Mahesh ji has to go early today, but Mahesh ji, you took us with you in that time. We were all there, imagining it and getting the fragrance and mass presence.
Wow.
We were there.
Thank you, Sayana ji. You have been so kind, and I think you, by your presence itself, is so good, and you really enrich the values, and that will really take up. That is the main point that we have for the music learning. So when you come for a learning of an art, let it be music or any form, you should have that quest, and so that is already there. Your grounding is so taking you to that. So whenever it comes, I'm so happy. And also I give you my thing that any musically that we would support from our family, we would definitely make an initiative for G's work. And we have been, I mean, she's a great inspiration for all the ladies in India that who can really be. And I always tell Gurupriya, and she knows much better about her work. And I think in this case, I have to really thank Lalitji for getting this loop together. And I've really seen her work in Pondicherry. So we will
has been very kind.
Lalit Verma ji. My friend Lalit Verma. Yes.
Lalit Bhai has been very, very kind. Rahul ji, we will conclude here. Because we have to let him go. And Gurupriya, a lot of love to your brother, to your little naughty brother, sweet brother who's making all these apps for daddy. He's a techno-savvy boy in the family. Yes.
I think it will be good that I will request Gurupriya to sing a tiny a song so that we can wrap it with you.
Please do. Please do. Thank you.
Chicken Aparna Parvati
Aparna Parvati Satyashtakati Prashamana Kari Aparna Parvati Satyashtakati Prashamana Kari Aparna Parvati Kripa Kairi Amba Kripa Kairi Amba Kripa Kairi Krishodari Kripa Kairi Krishodari Apanga Sundari Shankari Navarasa Hasini Namrijana Sahagini Navarasa Tarahasini Namrijana Sahagini Nalina Vasini Bratachana Samraja Pratayini Aparna Parvati Satyashritati Prashamana Kari Aparna Parvati Kapalesha Sahite Gapara Guna Mahite Kapalesha Sahite Apara Guna Mahite Nripalainute Kalyani Nripalanute Kalyani Nripalanute Kalyani Tapomaya Dakshayini Aparna Parvati Satyashritati Prashamana Kari Aparna Parvati.
Jai Dhari Ma, Jai Dhari Ma. See the joy, Mahesh ji, आपके मुख पे जो खुशी है,
yes,
वो है
that's the
parenting.
strength. They are the strength.
वो है
They are the
parenting.
way. Yeah.
गाया उसने है और दिल को आपके लगा है वो, आपके दिल को छुआ है. And you made it a point that your child sings before the program is complete.
That's
यही
so
है,
great.
ये है
That's
parenting.
that's called real parenting.
Thank you. What a blessing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shri.
ये है
Thank you.
parenting. Thank you.
Thank you.
जी.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for
Thank
today,
you.
Rahul ji. Thank you for today.
Thank you,
Thank
Ma.
you for coming. Thank you for your presence. Thank you, Mahesh ji, and a lot of regard to your wife. A lot of
Sure.
regard to your wife. Ji, ji, ji. Thank you.
Thank you
Jai
so
Hind.
much.
Ji.